I respect him, man.
Game.
He's never played on the big stage before. He needs to get used to the environment. He's got a massive match coming up against Harry, so fair enough. And this is also a pretty big game, I suppose. Elimination on the line and complexity. My favorites going into Overpass will be going full send through connector here. Chelo to be challenged. A couple of flashes available, but they are not slowing down for anyone.
Not at all. Chelo's going to back away over towards long Gusht. Gusht immediately fallens here. He's out in the open, caught off guard by the flash, and Chelo goes down as well. Complexity's taking the bull by the horns, and the pistol round is firmly in their control.
Absolutely. 5-on-3 now. The retake looking impossible, to be honest with you. No kit, but Julie's available for JOTA. He'll be coming out of the bank, and hallzerk will make light work of him, I'm afraid, with that silent USP. And they're looking for the clean sweep here. The round's already in the bag, but can Imperial at least make this one a little bit more painful? Apparently not. Very fast, aggressive through the connector, and pretty much a clean sweep there for complexity. No problem at all.
Just the pace.
Love to see it.
The pace was unmatched, really. You know, Chelo got the information, just rotation couldn't come in fast enough. You can see Fallen, like he was the first guy in.
I think he was transferred over to dice boxes, right, to try and maybe set up a little bit of a double play with Chelo and just gets caught out in the open, again, due to the pace that you just mentioned. 1-0. Complexity with a good start. And man, it would be kind of interesting, maybe not in terms of the game itself, but if it just took Complexity this long to warm up into the series, and then this third map delivers the Complexity we wanted to see from map 1, it's a very real possibility. And Floppy, assertive, has already spotted the triple boosts.
Well, no excuses for Complexity to get this one up. This is one of their absolute best maps. JT's been known over the years to be a specialist on Overpass. And for now, they're up against just the USPs. Speaking of which, the in-game leader will spot them pushing out a monster. Couple of kills found for Complexity. Should be very comfortable here. Floppy pulls out the Glock just to take down JOTA there, and poor old Chelo, he'll be the last man remaining on the B bomb. So that was a full eco, buying up in the next one. You'll get $2,400 on top of your $2,000. So I'm sure you can do the math. It's not a full buy, but it's pretty comfortable with the silenced M4s.
Oh, yikes. That's unfortunate. No big deal. Although JT's still stuck on the MAC-10, he was far, far back. Can't recover the Galil on the deck. 2-0, and here comes the bomb.
Oh, Grim is one of those guys I see. He's like, oh, don't worry, Floppy, I'll drop you. I'll drop you. Drops in the Galil so he can buy the AK.
I got you, bro, I got you.
Floppy had more than enough to buy for himself, by the way, but yeah. Evening out the cash chase.
Yeah, just being a teammate, you know? Just, it's a nice way to be selfish without appearing selfish.
He better get a 3K now, or else.
Nowhere else. Fang and Grim towards blue door. Molotov's on stairs, progressing pretty quickly behind the flames. Floppy as well, gonna challenge with a flashbang through the smoke in short. Already got control, so decent map control for Complexity this early.
We'll have a look at the helmet situation. You can see there's 4 players on Imperial without head armor. So the MAC-10, the Galils become extra potent here. That is a risk you take when you buy in the third and take the full eco on the second. No real damage inflicted just yet, but a nice booster. They're trying the Anders boost, maybe? The 5-man stack? First gun round.
5-manner. I can't tell you how many times Anders has told me he's discovered an amazing boost and it takes 4+ people
I know,
to pull it off.
Well, it's quite a cool idea, but no one's ever trying this. But I still enjoyed it. But opening kill found for Imperial here. Nice little boost to earn themselves the first frag, and through Monster we go. Split from short as well. Good damage inflicted here by VINI through the smoke, but they'll be aware of his position. Who will strike first here for Complexity?
Complexity stalled out, stuck behind these smokes. Great kills from JOTA. Triple as they swing into it. It's over oh so quickly.
A little bit underwhelming there.
That's a great defense. JOTA was surprised he even got that third kill. He never saw it coming. Good defensive utility though, and Complexity just had nothing to do.
Yeah. See, no one's really flashed here at all. Like, that's the real problem for me, that it's getting funneled kills with that one smoke.
I think that's a little bit of a problem. Like, Complexity was playing default as if they're going against, you know, a full buy. I mean, with an op and everything, right? You can take a little bit more risks in your default when they buy in the third round, right? Like, they won't have an op, they won't have all the utility. So they ran out of it towards the tail end of that round.
Yeah.
After the defensive smoke comes in, you can see it was actually an Imperial flash and they're making a play, and Complexity was all out of util.
They've got even less utility in this round as well. 3 flashbangs and 2 smokes, all that remains for Complexity. So let's see how they put it to use to try and crack and move this defense around the map.
And Grim now, after dropping that Galil to buy an AK for himself has to play with a Tech 9. Talk about karma.
Well,
Cosmic justice.
we'll see what he can make of it. He will recover the bomb at least in T-spawn and make his way over towards the B side of the map. Fang, hallzerk otherwise, progressing up towards long, trying to gain access towards the bathrooms, and it's JOTA. AK-47 in hand towards short. He will be tested. Looks good for one, but the trade will be very likely to come through. Floppy guarantees it. Back to a 4-on-4. Advantage complexity somewhat with his thinner defense on the CT side.
Problem is, one of the player that went down was JT, and he had a ton of utility. I don't think Floppy even recovered it. He at least had smoke flash, and unfortunately, flash is the only thing he can recover. The last nade in his hand. Still, you lose a little bit of utility to get that kill. I think Complexity will be happy with the 4-on-4. They've gained so much space out towards long and bathrooms. Fallen's over in heaven with an M4, going to start shifting back to the A bomb site, and now utility starts being put out by Complexity.
Yeah, this will be a full commitment towards A. As you mentioned, hallzerk's done a very good job to actually get out
There's
of
your boy,
long.
that Tech 9.
And that Tech 9 is singing. As they'll take down chelo. It's up to Fallen now. They try and deny the plan. Not going to happen. 3-on-3. No gun recover for Grim just yet. There is a kit available, but no utility on the Imperial side.
They do have a kit. They're going to go for this. First come out is boltz. Grim with the Tech 9 tucks himself in. Fang hasn't pounced yet. He knows he's being held. Good timing. Grim gets one more with the Tech 9. Sprayed down. Fallen still working this 1v1. And Floppy going to hold position at Divider. Peeks out. He knows the defuse isn't coming through, and Fallen's going to bail out. He's got nothing. Or does he now? Kit, and he returns, and almost at this point you've got to stick it. Floppy with the peek. There's the giveaway, and Floppy just playing it ice cold.
I thought he was done for that. I thought he was saving, but does find the kit, gives it a go, and unfortunately goes down to the blast. Fallen leaves around with nothing. Floppy will survive, and his complexity extending the lead to 3-1 here. I have to say, Fallen in this series, boys, has looked pretty impressive.
Sure.
And his tournament as well. I've been very impressed by that.
He's looked pretty good, but a couple of questionable decisions position-wise from Imperial, I feel like, in that round. Why is JOTA in a one-and-done by himself on short when they just had such a strong round on B by playing together, right, and using their utility? He also still had some utility of his own, and then I guess chelo fell back towards stairs because Fallen was leaning B, so he didn't want to overextend on A, but I think they just gave way too much room to Complexity.
Yeah, I mean, with the very little utility Complexity brought into, they got a lot of map control for free, and that had to make him very happy.
Also, what's this? Like, JOTA has an M4, he bought an M4.
And Fallen has USP, no armor, but only $700. Finds an M4 now.
I know Fallen does really subscribe to the kind of philosophy of buying a hero weapon every once in a while so that you can try and limit some economic growth. Obviously, a little bit more impactful on the T side, and here it's going to fall flat. No utility. Imperial's going to find some safety to save these weapons.
Yeah, the problem is, if they lose this round, which is looking very likely, their money's all over the place. As
They have to eco again, no?
Yeah, JOTA down to 0, Fallen 750. They get, what, 2,400 next round?
Yeah, but if these three players all survive, if there's no hunt, right? Like, VINI and chelo will have a buy. It's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be everything you'd want, but they'll have the rifles. And
True. If they do save the 2 M4s, it's okay. You're right.
it's going to be all right.
Let's see if they do. Doesn't look like the hunt has been called.
Nah, no money for the hunt, is there?
Indeed.
Well then, 4-1.
Not a bad start.
Got to be weird for Complexity having a good start in a game.
Yeah,
in a series.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I didn't catch the 16-1, but it looked like the second map was falling apart. It was like 7-2 down.
Yeah.
It was a 16-1 where the rounds weren't even close.
Yeah.
Like, it was 14-1 T side for Imperial. It was just...
That was a really rough game of Inferno. A really rough game. Nice shot from hallzerk. VINI's trying to get away.
But this is why those rounds, you know, the reset rounds are so important, and we talk about them so much. You know, Complexity wins that round, and now they're 4-1 up. If they lose it, they're at the very least 3-2 down, and Imperial has some momentum. So Overpass being a CT-sided map, this is already great.
Yeah, Complexity's in a good position to where you can be happy with where you're at now, and you're in position to springboard this into an even bigger lead. And you're also spending a lot of these rounds where you're keeping the AWP away from Fallen, and the more you can do that, the better off you'll be.
Yeah, absolutely true. Yet to even pick up the sniper rifle. He'll be operating with the M4A4 this round. As Grim battles his way through the connector. No CT presence to deal with here, but going through the motions all the same, making sure that every angle is cleared out correctly. CTs with forward stance towards A. Falling in the bathrooms, joined by chelo. As mentioned, no AWP to work with here, so trying to enable the crossfires is Fang, who's looked red hot in the previous map. AK-47 trying to work with hallzerk here and gain bathroom control.
Molotov out. Fang is going to use it. Exactly for Fallen's position he was in. Fang, ready. Here's the footsteps, but can't win the fight. Fallen with a wide swing.
Barely takes any damage as well. That's actually pretty sick from Fallen. Floppy has to try and react and pull one back if possible. Not going to work out. And through the smoke, VINI finds a JT, dropped by the MP9. This is looking very good for Imperial now. 2 players remain. hallzerk and Grim just going to limp in towards B and see what can be done.
And once again, as Yanko touched on earlier, this like late transition into a B hit for Complexity, not as much utility as they would have liked, and a defense that's actually playing together has been rock solid. hallzerk's not going to see the bait and switch. JOTA pops up, and Grim is the last one remaining, and it looks like he wants to give up the fight and save the weapon.
Very nice. Enjoyed that from Imperial. Good work. Nice little bait and switch there to guarantee the round. Bomb down. Grim has to save the AK-47.
And I don't mind that from Complexity in that it wasn't so clean. Because once Fang dies, they lose all control, all information. They feel like Imperial has the read on them. So the only thing that's going to save them is if they come out B fast and get a kill, right? Like before the help can come in from A, from the information play by Fallen, and you know they don't get the kills. It looks bad, round falls apart, but that was probably the only thing they could have done.
Fang's got to be a little bit upset that he got beat in that engagement. hallzerk with one quick one over the top, but JOTA just playing it perfectly.
And you know, Fallen with a big play here. You go back to that game at the NARMR. He had like an ace in the first gun round. I think they were down 5-0 at CT or 3-0, something like that. And then he comes up with an AWP ace and was really the driving force on that CT side. And now again, entry kill with the AWP towards mid.
Yeah, well, here we go. The big green is out and about, and once again, looking for a response. Complexity choosing the B monster tunnel to try and find a kill back in return, but it's perfectly timed. The grenade and swing from VINI, a lovely boost from boltz. It's actually looking like a very clean and successful round here for Imperial.
They've had that same reaction a number of times already in this half, and VINI's just like, there's only
He's
so many times.
Yeah,
there's only so many times I'm gonna let you get away with
he
it.
got like a max damage grenade on 2 of them, spraying them down afterwards as well. That feels very good. Didn't take any damage en route as he gets his hat trick, and they managed to string some rounds together here, 2 in a row.
I mean, this is great for Imperial when you consider, we just mentioned Complexity in a good position to springboard this into a big lead, not going up against the AWP. Well, now that you have it out and you have a clean round with it immediately, it providing the opening kill, this is going to get much more difficult for Complexity.
God, they just got wrecked.
Yeah, the nade, the flash, the swing, it's all there for VINI.
So I would say it has to be either the partial or eco here. Looks like they've gone for the latter. Just a Desert Eagle purchase for Floppy and Grim. 1 flashbang objective really just to get that bomb planted. But this is where Imperial really can swell with their finances. Got to keep these rounds clean. They've got a couple of AKs in hand as well. And JOTA, he's not going to let them progress on the map whatsoever. Could be the double spray down here. And indeed, he converts. Fall back now, boys. Job done.
I mean, also, if you look at it, they'll get 2,400 next round, right? So there won't be an AWP. It will just be AKs and utility. So that's a hard round to call on Overpass, right? When the CTs have an AWP and you don't have one, like, can you really default slow on A? It's hard. How do you have to use so much utility to drive the AWP away? Going B is a little bit obvious, right? Like you would expect Imperial to play for that early on, and the B defense has been strong. So this can be, you know, more difficult for call than it looks at the moment.
Yeah, especially if they give away, you know, rounds like, I mean, hallzerk gets 2 in garbage time there. That's not bad, but the money is in a really happy place for Imperial.
And we're going to have our first tactical timeout for Complexity as well. Pretty dominant round there for Imperial, but hallzerk did pull back a couple. About what you would expect with a couple of deagles in the round, so not too bad. And a chance for TC to chime in now, work out what's going wrong. They've given up 3 in a row. We are currently tied up 4-4 in the final map of this elimination game. Fallen with $7,000 to go with his sniper rifle, and VINI with the AUG.
And you know, if you're Imperial, you're thinking, well, we lost the pistol and the anti-eco, and we lost that a little bit of a silly round against pistols. In gun rounds, we've been fine, so let's just try to stay focused, stay disciplined in some of those rounds, and see if they can figure out how to win a gun round.
I'll have another crack at it here in round 9. 4 AKs and a Galil, plenty of nades for Complexity to try and put something together. JT marshalling his troops. Gonna be a nice standard opening.
Yeah, nothing too telegraphed at the start, Jason. Absolutely true. But working their way towards connector once again. Grim and Floppy dissecting key areas of the map, trying to claim territory towards short. Bomb still down in T-spawn, however. And in terms of the CT setup, a change of stance here. You can see them actually operating towards long, falling with the AWP on the flower bed, and then chelo playing behind the tree. So hoping that after the pause, the tactical timeout, Complexity will change their approach, but they're still in a very default layout with the bomb down. So hallzerk, the only player that could walk into that crosshair here.
Looks like he might. He's just investigating, making sure there's no aggression. Back turn to a ton of different places. He's got to take risks on all on his own. But chelo's getting antsy.
Yeah, he fancies it, doesn't he?
Oh, this timing.
Ooh.
Good call. I think Fang actually caught the little jiggle. We could hear him call it out from the Complexity side of the stage. hallzerk had a nade in his hand, so that's a good timing on that spot to force chelo back.
So they're going to give it up. Fallen feeling that they're not going to come there now. He's actually starting to peel off. 40 seconds remaining. hallzerk will recover the bomb. He was a player towards long, remember. So that suggests he'll be going back towards B here. Still have 2 smokes. That's enough. Molotov for the barrels. The flashes, though, were the problem before. They do have 2 of them this time.
That's a perfect timing for that smoke and monster. That might ruin everything. boltz is going to make his way over. This is buying so much time for Imperial to shore up the defense. Blinded, though. JOTA still gets 1. Recovers nicely. Deagle's out. He's out of ammunition. VINI's there for the save. The AUG rings out. And another counter Molotov to slow down the hit from Imperial. And Complexity have nothing to do. They have to save.
Yeah, there's literally nothing to do anymore. 4 seconds, cowering outside the monster pipe here, and that's going to be a clean sweep for Imperial, just reading it very well after detecting that presence towards long, funneling them back in towards B, and again, VINI just ready with the perfect grenade set and spray down.
This is a bad save, though. I mean, this really makes it difficult for them to... I mean, what do you do with your money now? Like, you have 3 guys who saved an AK without with 1 smoke only. They don't have money to buy any nades. 2 guys with 3,000, and they're full buying here. Like, they understand, okay, we
have to buy around this. We have to get 2 guys that have utility to try and activate these weapons we've saved.
Yeah, so they get like a Deagle, a MAC-10, focusing on the grenades here, but maybe a set piece. The defaults aren't yielding any sort of results.
This is actually really, really bad. That's a terrible save. Like, that save will potentially ruin them for the 2 more rounds unless they find a miracle round here.
Oh, chelo challenging over the top of the smoke. They don't want to let him get away. They like the fact that they have him here. Maybe not so much. JT, important Deagle kill.
Wow. Okay. Well, that does give them an extra rifle to work with. They'll take that all day long. Not a bad result, all things considered. They're moving back towards B here. And bear in mind, Yanko called it, there's not much utility. They have an HE and 2 flashes to try and get into this fortress that has been the B bomb site. JOTA and VINI have been working in tandem to a great degree. I'm not sure they'll be able to crack through, but there is a different setup here. A little boost on the water position. I'm not sure this will be the one that saves them, but let's have a look.
Gonna be an interesting angle for this. Wow. Oh, that is pretty nerdy. That is pretty harsh. It works okay, but now it gives away the position of JOTA as well. And they crack in nice and easy this time into the B bomb site, and Fallen's got a decision to make. If he can find the planter, he needs AWP out. Good flashbang to neutralize, and hallzerk just gets out of the fire. And do Fallen and boltz want to risk it all? They have money to sustain these losses, and Fallen's at least going to investigate.
Yeah, they'll give it a go by the looks of things here. Not all is lost. That's a great incendiary. That could be a double kill. It certainly is. 1 versus 1 now. JT to defend. He holds towards Monster. It's Fallen. AWP. Time is of the essence. Needs to go for a quick defuse here and see if he can bait JT out. He has, but gets him off the bomb. It looks like JT might have done enough. Fallen coming in for the frag. Hits it. And has he got time? No time. Absolutely not. Great effort there, but Complexity just about take the round.
Wonderful Molotov into the position of 2 Complexity players makes that really interesting. They seemed locked out. All tied up at 5.
But this is still fine for Imperial. Like, they have so much money, and again, the buy for Complexity, it's going to be rough to figure out. Here they were a bit, I mean, this boost.
Yeah, it's a bit of a gimmicky boost. I think if they do it for a contact walk-in play, it absolutely works.
You know which boost you do in this situation? You do this one towards CT, right? Yeah, like the standard one with the AUG, like that would have been way better for them.
I think the only reason is they didn't have any nades. They didn't have like that defensive smoke you can put up next towards barrels to give you a little bit of safety at that bomb site.
Damn, so even though they win the round, they pretty much have nothing going forward. Complexity now with 3 Galils and AK-47. So yeah, take the tactical timeout. This is going to be a very difficult and instrumental round in this first half as well. They'll go all in, of course, but just not looking too pretty in terms of firepower. Yanko mentioned Imperial have all the bells and whistles here. Plenty of cash to spare, even after the full investment in round number 11. This one will be key. And we've seen Imperial changed things up slightly, but no real aggression on the CT side. It's been pretty standard from them so far. So with this tactical timeout called, maybe a chance to get their teeth sunk in on the front foot. They're getting 2 players in connector, so yes, we're seeing a different setup here.
We've seen this boost once before. Good utility to keep it away, but dangerous position. And it looks like chelo, the man up on top, really kind of wanted nothing to do with that. So VINI's going to fall back, but Complexity's here to punish this if they get aggressive. Fallen gives up the angle. JT and hallzerk have found a perfect timing to peer over, and another opening kill from hallzerk.
Nice work. Good for these opening picks, but can they convert? Fallen still on the A side of the AWP. He's currently in towards the long side of bathrooms. Backed up by VINI with the AUG. But they've got all the time in the world here. Complexity don't have to commit. The problem is one smoke and a flash. Again, we said this would be a difficult round for them. Got the advantage, but still a lot of work to do here. JOTA playing by Monster, and we've got boltz behind him with the silenced M4. That's a good smoke. Buys him 15 seconds here. Complexity presumably have to respect it. They're setting up the nose flash from Fang. So you might as well go through it, I suppose.
Such a big risk to go through it, though. It all rides on this. JOTA's not blind, looking for the bodies. Now it comes a little bit late, and oh, double kill.
Yeah.
A slaughter. Perfectly played by JOTA, and he's been trained. He knows exactly what's coming. Complexity loves falling back to the B bomb site, and another monster smoke is going to ruin their day.
That's wild. Well played. Reading them like a book, and not a very good one. As the double spray comes through. Like I said, they had to respect the smoke. They tried to flash through it. Double kill comes through. Still a chance in a 4-on-3, but edging up towards shore now. VINI ready and waiting with the AUG, but looks away at the worst possible moment here. They've actually slipped past.
Oh, there's the trap sprung. boltz has one. Grim transitions to the AK, and once again, they have to back off and save. Fallen's going to give him an op at the end, and that's a bit of a mistake from the captain of Imperial.
Yeah, unnecessary.
So that's at least something you can be happy about getting away with, but once again, you're stuck in the problem if you're Complexity where you can't really buy around these 2 weapons.
You might have to, though. Fang and Grim, obviously all in with no extra loss bonus.
I feel like hallzerk drops an AK to someone, and then they have 2 AKs, an op, and 2 pistols. Like I feel like because of the op, you have to buy here.
Can I get a timeout for it?
But it's tough. That's why these saves are rough.
Exactly.
Like
It's also look at what's forcing some of these awkward saves is this really a reliance on being able to fall back to the B bomb site late and not having a whole lot of utility.
So VINI trying to get up in the Zip-X spot here. Can be a little bit awkward once you're up. It's absolutely powerful to see that first kill come through. The AUG, the perfect weapon for the job. Trying to get the hell out of there now after the double kill. Fang pulls him back for the sniper. Good smoke and response, so flashbang as well to reposition.
I think JOTA needs some more time in Fallen's team to learn that that's a bad peak.
Yeah.
And that there's no need for you to do that in a 5v3, right? When you also kind of know that they've saved an op, but still have a man advantage.
Sometimes you get thirsty.
I think that last round, I'm thinking about it, I think that was probably, you know, they didn't want to wait for the second smoke if Imperial had one, and they felt that in a situation where they killed the A player, Imperial is going to rotate back and make an information play, and they had timing when B was weak, so unfortunately for them, they were just wrong.
Yeah.
Jason.
So,
It'll
That
happen.
sucks.
It
That
does
sucks.
suck.
what's the call here now, though? You've got floppy, no armor with the AK, bomb on his back. They're going for the contact play. If VINI just gets one, the round's pretty much secured. The AWP won't be in a position to do anything about it, so recovering a second rifle at least. And they've got the frag. This could be actually something impressive. Also with a double.
Oh my lord, that's a crazy jump, but Fallen's involved in the action. He gets another one. How's he alive? How is he still in this? Cover over the top from chelo. That nade would have done it if the AWP didn't. Fallen jumping around. Fang ends it, but he's got a plant. There's no time. Oh no, he missed, and he can't get the plant. Now it's it. It was all on that shot. And Fang, it just sails past chelo.
It was there. There was a chance. Not known to be an AWPer, but I thought he'd convert that one, and that's going to be a gut punch for Complexity. A chance to steal the round away. They did so well fighting through Monster, getting that double kill. Fallen, excellent work. And you're right, Jason, I have no idea how he survived for so long. Brings it down to the 1 versus 1, and Fang, this was the moment. Goes to the fake plant, and it's, if he takes just a half a second just to nail the shot, it's their round, but it all falls apart. But they did take the eco there, bear in mind. So not all is lost. hallzerk still has the AWP.
Yeah, you're going to be happy with everything you got in that round for Complexity. Tons of kills, and now you got to go back to the 8 bomb site. And this time, I think you need to actually apply pressure here and actually take control in bathrooms and force this defense back.
And Fallen's on B now. Like, he's switching it up himself, so good round for Complexity to take a bit more space on A faster.
Sending Fang up close with no utility. hallzerk can flash him into bathrooms from long.
But look at the read from Imperial. They're sending 4 players A to re-aggress, right? Like, they've stopped them so many times on B. The early utility usage from Complexity. This is like the perfect reaction from Imperial.
Perfect reaction, and Complexity haven't gained anything yet. Chelo's alone and isolated. Fang swings with nothing. There's the trade from Grim. Flying Mach 10, but he's brought very low. And still plenty of action to find over at Bathrooms. Floppy's going to start investigating B.
Not bad. Back and forth we go. 40 seconds remain. JOTA on the front lines here. If he finds this kill, that's the bomb going down, and JT. Huge frag. Rotations come through now, but Floppy being a nuisance on the extremities here. hallzerk will try and pull one back, and it's actually the advantage now. Down to the in-game leader, Fallen. Still with a fighting chance. If he makes his first kill, be down to a 1 versus 1, and he's nailed it. All bets are off, but hallzerk will be sprinting towards the B side. It's an open plan, but Fallen 1 step ahead.
He's reading this absolutely. Does hallzerk put out the Molotov first? Indeed he will. Fallen's not going to take the high ground, so he's going to be delayed. Time for hallzerk to get out of the bomb site after that plant, but he's a little bit nervous about up above. hallzerk taking a big risk. USP's out. Quick shot, quick reaction. And hallzerk wins an all-important 1v1.
Really sick play there. He was out of position. You thought he was out of luck, but the flick comes through, and it's a beauty. hallzerk wins a very valuable round there for Complexity, shutting down the finances of Imperial as well. That is massive. It all started with Floppy confirming he's got 1 kill towards B, and then hallzerk makes the vital incision towards the bathroom, grabs the bomb, hightails out, and hits an absolute stunner of a flick to secure the round. JOTA purchases the M4, so a hero rifle, hoping they can cause a dent to kick things off, but once again probing towards middle. 4 players this time for Complexity.
hallzerk gets the clutch, but I think that was all Floppy. Getting that 1v1 on B and opening up that bomb site, like that was the kill that won him the round.
Yeah, great timing on that peek for sure. Chelo off to the left. Grim is going to clear it, but can't find the kill. Going to hunt it down. He does get it the second time. boltz coming up the stairs, but Floppy's here to address that, and it's just the problem of weaponry. Only JOTA with the M4, and he's going to get aggressive to try and put a stop to this, see if he can get something over the smoke, but all of his teammates have gone down, and now they know the position. Grim, he's up next. And that's an awkward spam battle. Both players just give it up, and JOTA's going to bail.
Yeah, well, Grim's a lot happier with the outcome than JOTA, I would say, as the bomb will be planted. They don't have to rush this plant. They might consider hunting him down first. Could be worth it, considering it's the last round coming up next. But there it is. C4 goes down. Floppy watching for the retreat from shore. But it's going to be JOTA heading towards Monster.
It's not going to be a pretty buy for Imperial in the next round either. 1900 is the losing bonus that they're going to gain after this round.
Yeah, they do have 4K on Fallen, so if they do somehow save this M4, which is looking unlikely, the hunt has been called, they'll have somewhat of a buy. It won't be perfect, but it'll be a lot better than if he goes down.
Yeah, boltz and chelo will be a bit rough, but the op on Fallen would help.
Here they come. Looks like he'll be absolutely fine as Complexity tie things up 7-7. If you're just joining us, it's the 3rd and final map of our elimination game here. Both the teams losing their opening bouts, and yeah, I guess for me, Complexity wasn't one of the teams we thought we'd see down here after going down 2 games in a row.
Certainly not at like the 0-2 mark, right?
No.
I don't think either of these teams you would expect them here. Probably say Saw and Movistar maybe.
Yeah, coming into this group, I think those are the 2 teams that you would see most likely in that conversation. Conversation around Complexity is just the utter disappointment in how they've looked this week compared to Katowice just recently.
Yeah, very good point. So, like you said, an okay buy. Not everything you need, but it's enough. And we are seeing faster pace once again for Complexity, this time focusing towards B Shore, trying to fight their way in towards the bomb site, and it's going to be hallzerk with the AWP trying to crack things open here. No one going to be swinging into the crosshair just yet. Speculative spams coming in from the T side, trying to ruffle some feathers on the other side. Sendry shutting down a boost. Ooh, spots one, doesn't have the chance to pull the trigger.
They're going to phase the smoke as it clears.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
They have the timing. JT's looking for it. Could be an awkward engagement if they push out. JT should have the advantage. So many corners, so many angles to worry about for VINI and JOTA. Oh, and he just sneaks under it. JT, not a wide enough angle, but now the wraparound from short, from Sandbags. VINI's gonna have to give it up, pulls him into his teammates. They're so low, but he can't find the kills, and Complexity have cracked in. The bomb follows late, and Fallen put in a position where he's gotta step through the smoke and get it done himself. First kill, traded off. And that should be the 8th round for Complexity in a 3v1.
I think he might be right. They had to fight tooth and nail to get into this scenario, but looks like they've done enough here. chelo left of the impossible task of denying this 3 versus 1 situation, but makes the first kill look easy. That's floppy. He was low, and they're still yet to plumb. But taking a bullet to the chest is going to be 20 HP here for chelo. Surely he goes down, and indeed he will.
Indeed he will. 8-7, the halftime score in favor of Complexity as they come back into this series. We'll see who goes home and who moves on when we come back.
Now I can never get enough. Woo! Yeah, that's right. I can never get enough. Come on. Woo! I can never get enough. You can't get money, need a new set. Try to go against session, need a new bet. Been here 10 summers, boy, and I ain't lose yet. Cause I can never get enough.
She said that she hate me, I hate me too. I can always tell when you're lying, girl, you're see-through. All these miles away, yeah, I just wanna see you. Baby, give me good face, she hit me like seafood. Remember when I saw you, hi, it's nice to meet you. Know my old girl salty, she just wanna be you. I'm a dog, no Maltese, I don't wanna leave you. Once you're right here, I just don't wanna mistreat you, no. Cause I've been a douchebag before, baby girl, I don't wanna repeat. She just won't please me, she look in my eyes, told me why are you bleeding? And I don't even know how to answer. I take these drugs to my bladder. She says she noticed a pattern. She say I look gorgeous, I tell her I'm flattered. But I hate my reflection. When I look at you, all I see is perfection. I'm so depressed and I don't know the reason, just wanna feel better. Hate my reflection. When I look at you, all I see is perfection. I'm so depressed and I don't know the reason, just hope I feel better. Don't know the reason, just hope I feel better. I just hope I feel better. You said that you love me, don't know if it's still true. Hate it when you're not here, love it when I'm with you. You say you don't trust me, all the shit we've been through. Why you always upset? I don't really get you, I don't really get you. Why should I always gotta be so stressful? Baby, can you tell me why are you so vengeful? I don't understand you, I can't live without you, but I can't fucking stand you. I'm just so obsessed, I should take better care of myself, but fuck it. Blacked out in public, on that like she upset, but I know she love it. I hate my reflection, when I look at you, all I see is
My God, he's a firewall. The best in the game.
8 rounds is all Complexity needs to send Imperial packing and get started on a last chance bracket run to still make it into the playoffs of ESL Pro League. They're in a tough position, but at least an advantage heading into this second half.
Yeah, actually quite surprising they end up winning the T side as well. Wasn't the most convincing performance, but they got the job done, taking 3 of the final rounds there of the half. leading them with the 8-7 scoreline. And moving over to the CT forces here, hallzerk has his trademark dual elites here and body armor, of course, as well. JT with the defuse kit and a technical approach from Imperial. Double smokes, molotovs, flashbang suggests a B finish, but we'll see where they end up. And for now, through the connectors they go. They will find hallzerk, as mentioned, with the dual elites and 4 players stacked towards Monster. Full complexity right now.
Yeah, they wanted to swing and fight and see if there was any kind of numbers approaching through Monster. Could have been dangerous, but obviously Imperial elsewhere. Question for complexity in this defense is, how do you shift if hallzerk goes down?
I guess you just have to push.
Yeah, or everyone rotates over. First kill with the dually, second is there. Oh, the dually's working magnificently. hallzerk, the unofficial North American with the double pistols.
Well, you love to see that. The gunslinger takes 3 down, and it's going to be just chelo and boltz remaining here. That tactical execution they had in mind is going to be completely thwarted, and he'll pull one back, but presumably the CTs don't have to face this one by one. Set up these crossfires, defend the bomb, and here comes boltz, taking on those dual elites once again. Just chelo remains now. Should be the round locked down, and indeed it is. Grim to confirm it, and that's all down to hallzerk. Great work with the dual elites.
Not really much to say about that one, because we didn't get to see what Imperial wanted to do.
No,
like,
absolutely not.
Yeah.
It's also, you have 3 guys in connector, and it basically has 3 1v1s. Like, wiring just, you know, like here, they just don't kill him, basically. I mean, even VINI, like, he has a fight while he's shooting a JOTA, and
yeah, missed shots.
just some missed shots, unfortunately, for Imperial. But yeah, I mean, now they force, like, if they lose this force and then have to eco, I don't think they can come back. So this is a must-win for Imperial.
They're going full send through the connector once again. Going to be greeted by the MP9. It's a nice dink from chelo, but needs a lot more than that. They get mopped up once again. It's pretty much the same outcome as the pistol.
Man.
1 player remains, that's JOTA, and no kills found. Anchor just said it's a bit of a must-win round. They don't even find a single frag, Jason.
What a pinch from JT coming down short as well. I mean, 3 players in different positions, all able to combine from multiple angles on those fights. That's well executed from complexity.
Oh, he's done it.
He's done it.
He popped it open. The white monster for chelo. And he's the guy who last time on T side had like a monster of a game, right? Like,
yeah, he had 40 kills on this map when they played at the Road to Rio America's RMR. It was Fang on the other side at 36 for complexity. Those 2 were going blow for blow.
yeah, he was 27 and 14 on T side. 194 rating, 120 ADR. He's 5'11 now.
Yeah, a little bit of a different
Just
stuff.
had a monster.
Give him time.
Yeah.
There it is, 1 dig.
Yeah, it takes like 20 minutes for those monsters to really kick in, you know? So, give him time.
So we're hoping it's like a can of spinach for him.
It'll be like,
Yeah.
Okay.
the proverbial can of spinach.
So it is going to be the 3-0 start for complexity. Imperial really need to come online in this first gun round here. Fallen confirms the presence of the AWP. AKs around him. Otherwise, as you might expect, round 19, we're getting to the bookend of this elimination game here. And it all started with a 16-1 deficit on Inferno for complexity. I can't believe that result. When I woke up this morning, I was like, there's got to be some sort of bug here. How has this gone down? I had to run down to the studio thinking this one would end very quickly. But here we are.
I couldn't believe what I was watching when it was happening.
Yeah.
I was amazed. Deep nades. Second one does damage to chelo, down to 59.
There's one main way for complexity to lose this game. You know what that is?
Go
Talk
on.
to me, baby.
By playing not to lose.
Gotcha.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
if they just
KG,
play standards, KG, yeah, exactly. You know, some of the things that helped them win Ancient, without which they wouldn't have won that map, is the aggressive moves on the CT side, right? It doesn't have to be at the beginning of the round. It can be mid-round information plays. So they shouldn't shy away from that, right? If they lose a gun round or 2, first thing they need to do is take a timeout and say, hey.
Well, they're playing on the front foot at least. hallzerk and JT have pushed off B short. They are patrolling long as well. It's Grim in toward the bathrooms will be challenged first in. That's the bomb as well on the back of chelo with 60 HP. So this could be key information here. Probably gets traded out. But he could get away with this one. This is actually pretty big, but lovely flashback. That could be the double kill. JOTA runs out of bullets, so oh my god. Grim with the dualies now. How's he still going?
I love it. Oh, what is happening? This is this is not pretty. That let's not talk about that exchange. It didn't happen. Boltz, that's a nice shot on JT trying to shift over. hallzerk's up next with the op. He's got one. Fallen in position for the trade. Have you read the rotation of Floppy? Because he's tucked himself into the long corner.
He wins these sort of rounds, let me tell you.
Little rat.
Exactly.
He's going to go for a peek. Oh, not anymore. Not now that he sees the Molotov. Easy kill, but Fallen's just investigating. He needed that second, and that would have been JOTA with low HP in a 1v1. And Zach just thankful the round ends there.
Saying a little prayer there,
Yeah.
I think. Got a little bit uncomfortable towards the end, but they win their first round of this second half. Wasn't the prettiest, but the trades eventually came through towards the bathrooms here. Great flashbang. It was JOTA to run out of bullets and had to pull out the Glock and fall back. Grim surviving for so long that they almost gave him another chance there. Unbelievable.
That would have been so funny.
But one buy available here for Complexity. Concessions to be made for sure. JT on the Desert Eagle, but the AWP for hallzerk. So another key round here. In a very closely contested matchup. The obviously hallzerk challenge towards middle where Fallen bests him once again.
That's a bold peak to go into that late, especially when you know the op is going to be in play.
And the way we end for Imperial is the way they play Overpass. There's a reason why Overpass was their best map last year, right? I'm sure it's going to be pretty good for them this year as well. They're very good at playing default, and you have to do that on this map. You have to know how to take map control, how to force rotations from your opponents, how to react to what your opponents are doing, right? So it suits their playstyle really, really well. And it's something that's replicable from round to round, right? I mean, sound decision-making and having just good fundamentals. So I wouldn't put it besides them to make this comeback.
Well, it does all start here. This man advantage is looking very promising. Fallen once again, looking to crack things open. Spots the leg of JT. Nails the shot, but it's right in the leg. Fang, good response. Flashed over. Brings us back to a 4-on-4, but look how low the CTs are here. They're
hunting
walking
him.
Wounded.
They know he's to the left, right? I think chelo has the idea. I think they might have seen an elbow. Yeah, they're very aware, and he has no idea. None of his teammates are even there. They've all rotated away. None of them have a flashbang for him. So Fang's going to go down, and this round is essentially over. Oh, no way!
Okay, that's weird. Don't know what to tell you what happened there, but they've got 3 players towards B. So without Imperial pouncing on their side, there is a chance for rotations here. They're taking a bit of a gamble. I think if the bomb goes down A, they'll allow this round to go by, knowing they're too low to even challenge for this. So indeed, that's round over.
No HP and no utility.
Yeah. You need to get Fallen's op if you're Imperial here.
Yeah, chelo's going to hold that down when he evacuates.
Boltz is holding for hallzerk, so that they can't really retrieve that.
Complexity has that idea, though. They're all coming around. I'm curious.
And I saw, Jason, after we talked about Inferno, yeah, Grim's going to try and get it, but I think he's going to get killed by boltz here. Like, you know, how Complexity was going range, and we're going for some rounds they really don't need to.
Yeah.
And then Striker tweeted out the list again of how much each team saves, and Complexity saves the least out of any top 20 team.
I would say, in general, that seems to be a weakness of most North American teams. Although, you could probably make a list of weaknesses for North American teams as well, for Striker. That might be some homework.
Maybe we won't do that today.
Yeah, not today. That's
probably wouldn't be the most popular segment.
That would be your next project, Jason.
Sure.
All the different
Get
reasons
the whiteboard
we
out.
Right before you leave us, you just have that last little bit.
Oh, that's true. Jason is leaving.
I know.
Is there anything we can do to stop you leaving Malta? What do I have to do, Jason?
We can fly Jane and the baby out here.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I guess I'd have to be covering that, wouldn't I?
Well, we can split it, Henry. We can split it.
Okay. All right. We'll think about it. So, saving this 2 M4s, a very difficult round. It's an eco otherwise. So, what have they got up their sleeve here? A gimmicky play, a novel setup, something with these M4s to give this round a fighting chance here for the North Americans. As we'll see Imperial slowly but surely make their way towards middle and connector. Bomb on that side of the map, boltz, and VINI watching the extremities otherwise. And it's JOTA who will be challenging first.
It's not the worst setup, but it's more, feels like the strength is more towards long than it is towards the front of bathrooms. JOTA's already gotten past as the smoke fades. JT can't peek. He needs Grim to take attention at long before he slides out any longer. Okay, chelo's got the location of one of the M4s. Here's the challenge, but Fallen loves this fight. Popping up behind the rock at will. And chelo with the double, and that's all the danger just swept aside. JT goes down next. And a 10th round for Imperial as they close the gap in the scoreboard.
Oh, this is looking bad for Complexity now, because, yeah, Sure, they have a buy coming up. They're averaging $4,000 per player. They've confirmed the full investment. They won't have the security of the AWP in the hands of hallzerk. Fortunately, most of them have a silenced M4, but actually 3 M4s coming out here. So you're going to see a distinct lack of utility, especially for JT. But nice work from JOTA. Shuts down the little stack they had towards bathrooms. Now just one round in it in the first elimination game here of Group B.
11-10.
Yeah.
Money's not really on a happy place for Complexity. Low on nades, no kits.
Oof. Max damage grenade.
Imperial this time, not a default. Just waiting for this monster smoke to start fading. They're going to attack this B bomb site with chelo and boltz and see what they can find. It's floppy on the initial defense, playing inside the bomb site. Oh, he goes down quick. That's a disgusting round from chelo. Yenko brought up how good his T-side was in the RMR.
The white monster does it again.
It's kicked in, it's fully locked and loaded, and it's now all tied up.
He might be onto something there. That was wild from chelo.
He was 5-11, right, before that
Yeah,
eagle
when he
round,
cracked
I
it
told
open.
you. So he's 7-2.
Right, I'm gonna go get one of those as well. I want some of that power.
Stat.
Yeah.
Okay, one of the admins bring it over to the casting desk,
Holy
please.
moly.
Bang.
Well, that's
This
a
is
lovely
it,
round.
man. And you know what happened there? They went close monster at the beginning. You could see chelo, we saw it on stream, get into that corner, and they didn't hear anything, or maybe they even heard a guy towards short, right? So we're like, okay, they're probably not playing for monster. Let's just try to walk out. One flash, boom, explode. 2 sick entries from chelo.
And a closer from chelo. Well then, 11-11 and Complexity has no money.
And this is the thing, they couldn't even save anything, right?
No.
The thing about saving is, it's not about that Complexity would have 2 guns in this round. It's that you're not spending so much on the half-buy, so you accumulate money over a course of like 3 rounds, 4 rounds. If you save once or twice, all of a sudden, like, you have a full buy and you have 2K left in the bank. So even if you lose and lose all your guns, you can full buy again. And that's not the case for Complexity. They constantly have to, I mean, not have to, but they constantly spend a little bit of money in these ecos, right, to try and make something happen.
Well, this matchup is now wide open. Imperial presumably take this round, but on the CT side, Complexity still have a fighting chance here for now, just on the pistols. And full eco, you would say, with just Grim with Kevlar. And we're starting to probe and push towards middle once again. Complexity opting for the B stack, 4 players on that side of the map. It's their top fragger, hallzerk. 22 kills to his name, holds towards bathrooms, but only with the P250, no Kevlar combo.
I think the conversation now about this game, again, is more about the mental, right? Because Imperial style is not going to change. Complexity is probably aware of that, and I'm sure they have, you know, things that they do in these situations, but it's more about Overpass Decider has been the bane of Complexity's existence almost. Like, obviously the Imperial game at the NARMR, the Navi game where they couldn't close out on CT side at Blast Groups, right, which was the one to qualify for the spring final, which are in North America. So there's been a couple of games where they just couldn't get it done on Overpass.
Well, another opportunity to add to their woes.
And all of a sudden, you win 8 rounds on T Overpass, which is amazing.
And the second half this
And now you're going to be behind 12-11. After winning, yeah, exactly, after winning the second pistol and converting the anti-ecos.
Yeah.
Painting a pretty bleak picture here.
Doesn't sound good.
Well, but the point is, like, this is where you have to show character, right? And, like, show that you can find ways to win even when it's not looking ideal, right? Like, those are probably some of the most difficult games where things are going so well, you know, like you have a big lead and you're winning on the more difficult side, and all of a sudden the game is close again. Like, you sort of think a little bit that, this is going great, we're going to close it out now, and then you start losing. So now you have to show that mental fortitude that you can come back from that and get focused again.
Put a
Just
stop
find
to the
ways-
run.
Exactly.
I think one of the hard parts too is, I mean, obviously on Inferno, 16-1 win for Imperial, but even on Ancient, there were stretches where Fallen just out-called the shit out of Complexity.
Yeah. Well, that's going to be 5 in a row on the T side for Imperial. As Yanko mentioned now, 12-11. It will be a CT tactical timeout, a chance for Complexity to rearrange the troops, work out the setup here. They've tried a plethora of different approaches, mainly pushing off towards short, the CTs, but it's not challenged at all. Every time they push out a B, it's already too late. There's already an attack happening on the A bomb site. And we'll see if the AWP will come out once again. hallzerk, the last player to buy here.
The thing you want most from Complexity now is poise and composure, right? Like when trades happen on the map or something, we saw it on Inferno. There were some questionable rotations, questionable moves mid-round. You know, didn't really make a whole lot of sense. So you want them to be more fundamentally sound.
But last time we saw hallzerk with the AWP was like 4 rounds ago in around 19 or 20 when he took that really late mid-peak against Fallen and got picked off to start the round. That's the kind of questionable decisions that can't happen at this junction. You need this AWP to be available to you, to be a resource throughout the round. hallzerk's going to open it aggressive, just listening for footsteps, listening for information, and swiftly back off towards Divider. But his AWP at this A side of the map gives Complexity confidence to stack 4 here. Let's see what chelo's got. Let's see how good that white monster is. He's ready to pounce, ready and waiting. He's got boltz playing anti-flash inside the monster tunnel. And he's going to turn the corner now. This time he's shut down. This time on the back foot, Imperial, but a nice trade from Fallen.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. The round is reset at this stage, 3-on-3, and they have the bomb in their possession.
So they killed the A player and they know JT is there as well. They understand it was probably a B stack. But how did you get rid of the AWP on A?
The nice thing is, even going 2 for 2 in Monster puts you in a position for Imperial to play to their strengths. The calling of Fallen moving around the map, this time picked off by hallzerk. And a defensive smoke, he knows what's coming with that flash and he's ready. Fallen drills it. 1v2, and Fallen, the legendary player, in a big boy clutch.
They're both coming from connector as well, so this will be interesting. What's the position he will choose? Currently edging his way towards bank, but it's a dice side plan. And we'll see whether the CTs can dissect this one. They've got an HE grenade, so no smoke. It comes down to a 1v1. You might favor Fallen here, but his position for the C4 is not ideal. Hoping he can catch one out in CT spawn, but no one's home.
I've seen this move before.
Yeah, you actually have. I'm starting to believe, actually.
Yep, well, here we go. Run it back. Run it back. Quick peek.
No way.
Oh, my lord. He's outplayed him entirely. He's going to win this round. Fallen is just so smart at all times, and he's done it again. 13-11.
That is massive. The old master strikes again. We said we'd seen that play before. He has to use the brain rather than the brawn. Doesn't take the first opportunity to kill. Make sure he guarantees the round there on the defuse. No time left. 13-11. Epic performance from the in-game lead up.
Mind officially blown.
Yes.
Yet again. That reminded me of the Trip Complexity Armageddon thing in train against Lunatic High. Shout out to anyone who's like 40 years old who knows what I'm talking about. But man, that's it. That's like the magic, you know.
Yeah.
Like some rounds you out-call them, some rounds like you need a bit of that individual prowess and monster rush.
Baby. Yeah, the uppercut. Let's see what they can do with it. Flashbang blind. This might be Complexity getting knocked out of the series and event. Imperial gonna get up to 14 with the B rush.
My, oh my. Things really starting to heat up now. Complexity, their backs to the wall. 7 rounds in a row against them on their CT campaign. The only rounds they picked up is the pistol and follow-up conversions. No gun rounds in their favor as of yet. And for now, 14-11 guaranteed. hallzerk saving the AWP. JT with a deagle, but they are running out of time and space here. Things are looking desperate.
They even had a surprise AWP on hallzerk, right? And I don't think Imperial even knows about it. They just avoided completely with that monster rush.
Yep.
So could have been dicey, you know, if they played another default round. Nice little change of pace.
What was chelo when he cracked open the monster?
5-11.
5-11, so he's now 11-5.
There you go.
There we go.
Not even you can mess that one up.
Wait, I got the math right in the last segment.
Sure you did.
14-11.
This is still not over. You know, like, Complexity still has a full buy here. They're still on CT side overpass.
I'm not gonna lie, it feels over.
Like,
it's been 7 straight for
It
Imperial.
feels like it's not been as bad as it was on CT side of Inferno, for example. You know, they're getting just a little bit outplayed. They're not making that many mistakes. But now, if you're Complexity, you're playing for overtime, right? Like, winning 5 rounds in a row is going to be really difficult with the way Imperial is playing, so you just want to try to get to that overtime.
Well, things slow down for now. No B rushes in round number 26. More of a default setup here, waiting for any aggression from the CT side. Bombs over towards Playground for now. In terms of the AWP, hallzerk this time by Monster. Looking to crack things open. Misses a shot though, boltz. Not feeling comfortable, does considerable damage, but knows he needs to reposition and join his teammates.
Look at the reaction on long. They know the AWP is on B. They can take more space, right? Like with the AKs, with the AWP of their own. I like it they were even a little bit faster, but yeah.
Well, Grim and Fang are lining up to deal with this. Grim pushing up along the wall, playing anti-flash to tuck himself into the corner. Fang at an off angle. There's the flashbang, turns from it, and he does react. JOTA was hard clearing to the right, but two defenders spotted out towards long. Flashbangs to cover the retreat. chelo wants to challenge, and ooh, he had some opportunities there.
5 on 4. CTs have a strong setup towards the A bomb site here. Grim being baited in by JT. They have all the advantages they could ask for. We're running low on utility. Great swing. 5 on 3 now. Need to try and peel back, hold the crossfires, and run the clock down. Grim takes another. Surely this round is guaranteed now.
Nothing's ever guaranteed. chelo about to turn the corner. Hard clear, misses the opportunity. Good trades. And Complexity outlast Imperial. In round 26, it's 14-12.
Bit of a BDP there from Grim.
Yeah, like
swing.
I was saying, like I would have fallen back at that point, but swinging, taking heads, and guaranteeing the round.
I think the only reason he keeps that aggression, right, is he's got so many teammates at that A-bomb set as well. Even if he goes down, they've got the people to back it up. And you could hear Fang, or we could hear Fang on the Complexity side calling out that the AWPer was way far deep, which is also why Grim peaks low. Fang sets that play up nicely.
And I think something that Fallen realized on previous maps is Complexity doesn't really do the same thing twice, and hallzerk should go B again. And he does go B again, so... Right, I think, like, you know, he's thinking, oh, he went B last round, he'll go back to A.
Big fight. chelo almost gets another one.
Yeah, he wasn't quite ready for the swing there from Fang, and they'll both think better of it and fall back. Molotov to try and dissuade the CT setup. And indeed, he'll make his way back towards the side itself, sacrificing bathroom control.
But Fang's got no utility, so he has to call Grim back. So
yeah.
Complexity is going to have to, you know, let the stack go away. And even Grim only has the one flashbang. Oh, that's a
big miss.
Big miss.
Yeah, floppy very lucky to be alive with that one. It's boltz who will be tested next, by the looks of things here, and there it is. hallzerk will also whip an AWP bullet. Fang will be the first to connect. That's a 5 on 4 as he tries to fall back here. Low HP, down to 42. But JOTA in a key position could backstab their efforts here. Grim aware of it, but the timings can be very awkward with the pincer maneuver coming in from chelo, who does fall off.
Grim's not really covered from bathrooms with Fang tucked into this corner.
Just one smoke for them, that's it. No more util. It's all about the aim duels.
Yeah, but if JOTA finds the perfect timing, this setup's going to go away, although double kill from Grim is huge. He gets to readdress towards long. Now they have the information. JT's here. Fang feels very safe, and it's a 4-on-1. So Complexity string 2 together. They put a stop to the run at 7, and now 2 in a row to bring it back within 1.
Their first 2 gun rounds posted. There'll be another full buy for Imperial coming up next, but they've managed to fend them off for now. Impressive result there, especially from Fang. Delayed them for so long. Key frags coming in, and he'll close things out as well. Comfortable finish there. We go 14-13, as mentioned. Still cash for the Brazilian squad here, but 3 AK-47s on the CT side. If ever you've got to play to win, this is the time to do it. With those aim duels, you can actually come out on top now and actually take some advantageous fights. And like we said, a couple of key misses, but Fang, anything but towards the end of that round.
Also a misbuy from boltz. He buys a scout on accident, so that drains some more cash for Imperial too.
Come on, boltz.
Yeah,
Come on, bro.
Not like this. not around 28 in the elimination game. Come on now.
All right, well, Fang feeling the pressure, gonna back into bathrooms. VINI and Fallen taking blue door control very quickly while the smoke is up. hallzerk can see nothing.
There was a lot of 4B openings recently for Complexity, you know, and Imperial switches it up with faster mid take, you know, so they get ground more quickly, less utility being used.
Well, this time they got hallzerk to deal with at the A bomb site. He's playing at dice boxes. Presence shown from boltz. hallzerk shot rings out, can't find the kill. They're close, they're coming the whole way. You're exactly right. That's the bomb now dropped. hallzerk still looking for more over the smoke. This is a deadly angle. Dodging the flashbang as well. And Imperial haven't spotted it. They've slowed it down. There's the peak. Not necessary from Grim. Puts hallzerk again in a tough spot. Trying to find himself, and he stayed way too long. Fang, one more. Fallen can't land the trade. And Fang's going to step up. Another to find. JOTA already position known. What a reaction, but JT trades it.
Well, what can boltz do with it? A 2 versus 1, certainly winnable and enough time to operate with. Recovers the bomb. He's up against Floppy and JT here. No utility available on either side. And you can see that they're staying together. They're using the buddy system here, and boltz will strike first and connects the head towards CT Spawn. He's got the information here, looking to find series points. He connects! And that's Complexity giving the round up. All the advantages you could ask for, and it all falls flat in the 2-on-1.
All that poise you mentioned they needed to show. This round, it's not there for them. That is an incredible 1v2 to win for boltz.
Crazy.
Honestly, boltz is so fun. Like, he's had such a funny career because I feel like he's just been Fallen's like go-to guy. He's like, whenever I feel like I need something, whenever I feel like I need someone I can just rely on, I'm missing that in my team, bring boltz in. And what a deliverance here in a 1v2.
I mean, unfortunately, you feel like that's not a good, there's no way for JT to play off of Floppy's contact.
Yeah.
He potentially can't see the guy, so it should be the other way around. Maybe, comms going a little bit quiet there for Complexity. But regardless, I mean, just an insane clutch from boltz. You can't put too much blame on the Complexity players.
No, absolutely not. But it all comes down to this, boys. Series points. 1 round away from eliminating Complexity from the tournament now. And they have got a decent buy. The North Americans will have the AWP, the M4s, but a lack of helmets. Only a couple of kids here. Compromises for sure, but 2 rounds in a row to take us to overtime. It's possible, but can it be realized?
It was double overtime back in the Road to Rio America's RMR when these two teams faced on this map last. Perhaps a repeat on the cards. Very slow from both teams. Nobody wanting to give something up early. hallzerk is going to be positioned to peer at the fountain stairs. He's got Fang in support by Blue Door. Utility's going to force him out of the position. He wants nothing to do with it. Oh, and he goes back. He goes back, and chelo's dropped.
So they've got this advantage now. VINI will be tested next, but quickly dealt with. That's Fang playing to win, it looks like. Continues the push, but Fallen will catch him. Winnable at least. 4-on-3, and the bomb's peeling back towards playground.
Look at JOTA. This is huge. This is... Oh, hallzerk, I think, spotted that for sure. Oh, my God.
Ooh, that's nasty.
Oh, that was necessary. And it's wonderful for hallzerk. Fallen and boltz split on the map, and it's now just Fallen. Does he have one more in him? Surely not. Surely not at this distance.
Yeah, he's been playing very well this series, but surely this is a stretch too far. Good flashbang. The Molotov goes down. It's uncomfortable, but he finds the first. The second might be available as well. The AWP up against him. Spots the players, but they are starting to pincer, and they will pick up the round. One more will do it for Complexity, and the money is shattered for Imperial. This could be overtime locked in here, averaging $2,000 per player. Of course, they have to buy up, but it's going to take something magnificent here to get this one over the line in regulation.
Thank God Grim was there, because I felt Fallen working his way into that clutch. That was a bit spicy.
Yeah, when is the AWP remaining on the bomb site?
This shot from hallzerk. If he dies here, it's a 3v3, and JOTA has a bomb site, so that's a massive flick from him.
Yeah, that's a big boy kill. 15-14. First timeout taken for Imperial in this entire map.
Okay, that's kind of bizarre, isn't it?
I think it's one of the benefits of having Fallen. I think he's just so good at this point of just working with it and just going with the flow. And I think he's one of those in-game leaders that also likes kind of calling with the pace of the game fresh to him.
Right, makes sense.
AK in the hands of JOTA. It's going to be pistols otherwise.
If they pull this one off, what a performance it would be. Ending things here in regulation with 4 pistols, an AK-47, boltz with just a P250.
I mean,
same story for chelo.
It's 2 P250s and a Tech 9, Overpass, it's long ranges, so these are not even good pistols for this situation.
VINI has that deagle for long range, but he's got no armor.
Has to be JOTA in this round, like they have to bait for him, sort of, and he just has to be super on point.
Grim, JT, and Floppy defending the B bomb site. Fang, this is an identical setup to the previous round.
Interesting to see, teams use a lot of boosts in water on T side, right? Like to try to pick over to the B bomb site. Imperial didn't do anything of the sorts on their T side. You can see, I think even Grim is playing against that from his position, like in the setup they have on the B side.
Way to be heads up about it, despite having not seen it, though. Like, fair play.
Well, it's a good play for this round because they only have, you know, one gun. So it's
Yeah.
maybe try to get a cheeky 5v4.
Well, the final play could be somewhat of a B execution. I say somewhat because they only have a couple of bits of utility available. It's a 3-man stack towards Monster.
There's utility.
Floppy, the linchpin here, looking to crack things open. First kill will be his, but there are trades coming through. Man advantage now for Complexity, and Fallen with the Tech 9 can't even reach the bomb. Surely we're going to overtime at this stage. The Molotov could be decent to flush out JT on the other side. VINI goes down, and indeed, we should be going to overtime. Fallen, though, has other ideas.
You should be going to overtime, but let's see what Fallen can do about it. Smoke into the bomb site, he's got 15 seconds, and that might be his biggest opponent to find. He's gonna have to plant inside the smoke. Fang boxing him in from short, so Fallen has just gotta take a risk, and oh, Fang's got him. He almost had it lined up, but we're going to overtime. Complexity bring it back with 4 of the last 5 rounds in their favor.
Wow. It was a little bit touch and go in that final round. If Fallen gets the kill towards shore, who knows what happens there, but they get the job done. The full reset comes through. They remain on the CT side. $12,500 per player, and we're going the distance here. And you wouldn't have it any other way. The first elimination game of Group B.
I think also, this is weird, but both teams will be extremely happy with this overtime.
Yeah, I think so.
Imperial, because they lost both pistols and still somehow managed, you know, they were down 11-7 as T on Overpass, and for Complexity, because they were down 14-11 as CT, right? So they still managed to mount that mini comeback in the end, and now for all the marbles, Jason.
All the marbles. We do love marbles.
Well, hallzerk positioned towards long this time. Chelo and JOTA considering moving over towards that side of the map, but for now, just dissecting the mid area, confirming the party, and indeed connect is clear.
Complexity have been just like waiting for the change of pace or the change of tactic to that B hit, right? 4 players opening again. Oh, that's great. What a timing for that to happen. Good job for JT and Grim finding boltz. And that's the T side anchor taken away from the B bomb site, so Complexity with a huge advantage.
So we hit the 1
They
minute
saw the
mark.
bomb on Fallen.
Yeah, and he's outside Monster. They might consider pushing through it as well. Floppy and Grim repositioning. But here's hallzerk. Great first shot towards the bathrooms now. He can fall off. That's a 5-on-3. No trade potential at all.
Yeah, this is tough for Imperial. They haven't been able to respond or do anything off either one of these deaths they've taken. They've got nothing for them. JOTA's up long. That's going to bring Fallen and VINI back, and they're going to do their best to crack into the A bomb site. hallzerk's giving him an opportunity. I don't think he spotted that. And they don't have eyes on long whatsoever. hallzerk's going to come back and peek it surely, but it's going to take some time. Defensive smoke is perfectly timed at 22 seconds. hallzerk waiting. That shot's his. Now he spots Fallen, and even though he goes down, they should be fine. 12 seconds, although it's a sole defender for the moment in Fang, and all of a sudden the bomb can get planted just at the right moment, just in the nick of time.
Possible now, but they'll be pushing through the smoke. Great response here. Fantastic work. Good call from Complexity there. Takes 4 seconds to get that bomb planted. One of the players removed. Push through the smoke, get the job done, and first round of overtime goes in favor of Complexity, 16-15.
You know, something I'd like to see from Complexity in this round is double up, right? Like, switch it up and also have one op, probably hallzerk, show up mid, just fire off a quick shot, and then have the other guy long, right? Like, have the double off same side set up. Or you can do the same thing on B, right? Like, you can have hallzerk again try to do something in Monster, and then have floppy move towards short. Any sort of combination, because that's something where you can punish the default style of Imperial, you know, and the fact how they like to react off of information.
hallzerk's having a great game. He had 30 kills in that round, 30 and 17 to top the server and lead Complexity. And now he's pushed up towards long. You got a little bit of your op aggression, holding the angle. JOTA's already slid past Fountain. Here's that boost up, Yanko. boltz and VINI setting it up now. The first time Complexity would have seen it.
This is the nade stack from Monster, yeah. They're gonna get him.
They sure do. Oh, and that's hallzerk responding to the nade stack. Imperial have found a way to open this up. Really well done. 5-on-3 for the T side and really no utility for complexity. This is where you almost just have to gamble. Like, even though you're not going to end up saving, like, you need all 3 players to stop a hit like this.
And this is where Imperial is going to go towards A, throw nades, and then let boltz search B, but he just loses a straight-up fight.
Yeah, that can't happen. Now you give him a chance because Fang and Grim are both here, and Fang's going to start hearing these footsteps. It's all on these 2 players. He's gone down a little bit early. Grim tucking into the corner, and the spacing is perfect. They have plenty of time to address the situation. And that's going to be 16, all tied up as JT shifts over.
Yeah, there was a chance there with JT getting that key frag towards shore, but they had to find kills in tandem as the A commitment came through. Round is over, of course. JT just playing the stats at this stage. Not really much you can do with this with just 25 points of health. So we'll tie things up 1-1. One more round to be played.
Get it, JT. Nope, all right.
Give me the double up.
Yanko wants a double up for this last round, and it's not.
Floppy bought one?
He's dropping it, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, they're just shuffling it around. 16-16. And we play on. Plenty of timeouts available for Imperial. I think there's 1 left for complexity, if my memory serves.
We'll see what they can make
Usually doesn't.
Well, final round here of the first half of overtime. We've got Fang this time making his way towards connector. hallzerk challenging middle. And a B lean from Imperial this time. 4 players on that side of the map. The bomb in T spawns. Won't be a fast commitment here as they try and gain control towards short. Bit more of a passive setup this time. The CT's allowing them to at least get towards the choke point.
This is the setup complexity used back in regulation twice in a row to even get us into overtime. hallzerk and Fang lined up exactly the same way. Here's the boost. Coming in late. They see nothing. Absolutely nothing, but floppy goes down. He gives up an early kill, and that forces them out. Oh, and now this boost might work out. Now as Grim transitions over, JT transitions over, they might be in a world of hurt. boltz adds 1 more. Focus slips, and Fang can get at least 1 back. More coming, though. Flashbang is out, blinds himself, but crosses over, and JOTA's ready and waiting. But complexity can't use this flashbang, not around the edge of the smoke. Molotov is out for JT, and it's all going Imperial's way. hallzerk left in a 1v4, but the entire map is available. He's going to get 1 more, and now he's got time. AK-47 in hand. chelo has the bomb, but he's going towards the B bomb site, and hallzerk's going to bail out and give away all the information. JOTA knows what's coming. He can read this. hallzerk, the check. It's not convincing, and it's 17-16 for Imperial.
On the T side as well, getting that 2-1 is absolutely huge. And Imperial, they dropped all the strapbook in that overtime segment there. The fact we saw the set-piece grenades cracking open that B bomb site, great executions time and time again. They're really giving us everything towards the end of Overpass. And it's given them a nice opportunity to close this one out as JOTA could have fallen apart there with the initial spray, but he does stick the landing.
An opportunity for a reaction, at least from hallzerk.
Yeah. So, we'll swap over. 2 rounds required to close things out. First round could lead them to series point once again, Imperial that is.
And you know, strangely enough, even though complexity won 8 rounds of the... Oh, we have some quick action.
Oh, Fang's got the opening kill. Thank you for the handoff. And that slows right back down, Yanko, so continue your point.
Well, I was going to say they didn't have that many full gun rounds. Like, they were mostly winning with, you know, weaker weaponry, lower utility. No, hallzerk, I don't know if he had an op, maybe 2-3 rounds on the T side. So, complexity still have the opportunity to show us what they can do with a full buy.
Well, man advantage for now. Complexity, pump the brakes. As we hit the 1-minute mark, they still have 3 smokes, and looks like a contact play as this first smoke starts to go down towards Monster, but another one arrives, so now a decision has to be made. Grim feeling brave, and through he goes, and he nails the shot here, looking for the double. boltz under a lot of scrutiny here. Flashes galore, and JT will deal with him. Looking to deny series point. It's up to Fallen, but nothing can be done here. Another round for complexity, but chelo, a chance, I suppose, in the 3 versus 1.
This is doable. This is very doable. The HP on Grim, he does have a Molotov, gonna drop it on the bomb, and chelo's gotta back away, but they can't go down too early. They've given him a couple of opportunities. Smoke is out to try and force their hand. Chelo trying everything to get him into the open, to give himself an opportunity. And now Grim is gonna start working around, but it's not being diffused, and Grim's got the kill. We're all tied up.
Wow. Complexity, keep the dream alive here. Fang with that opening kill, the 5-on-4, and the contact play in towards the B bomb site. It was a brave maneuver from Grim there. Someone had to step up, do or die time, pushing through the smoke, nailing that shot there. That's the difference maker. Chelo with a decent flank, but not enough.
This was actually kind of a stack for Imperial. They had a perfect read. I mean, you have 2 defenders at the bomb site. You had 1 at blue door, and you even had Fallen rotating over to just get there right when the hit is happening. So you actually essentially had 4 players from Imperial to defend against that and just couldn't stop it.
Goes without saying, this is a massive round for either side. Whoever takes this one gets series point first here in overtime. Fallen, waiting for the aggression towards short. Spots one, misses a key shot. Floppy will find the advantage once again, and he gets the hell out of there. Can they maintain it? Up to Chelo, will be tested next. Smoke to be deployed, but JT not dissuaded whatsoever. Holding strong, and they'll call for the bomb to rotate, so an A execution to close things out here potentially. All 5 players lying in wait. They have the smokes, the flashes, and Molotovs to make this work.
But Imperial is having the correct read again. JOTA picked up the op, and he's going towards A as well. So there'll be 3 players towards that A bomb site.
Gonna be tough to break it down. They've got a lot of utility. 2 Molotovs, 3 smokes. JOTA's gonna start seeing it. He wants 1, misses the chance. boltz takes some damage, but finds himself a kill. All behind dice boxes. This full set piece, Complexity's coming with it any second. boltz had no idea, and now JOTA's gonna transition over. M4 in hand. And they're gonna come right through, the jump through. Oh, they're slaughtered!
No.
They're slaughtered trying to attack into it, and Floppy all of a sudden in a 1v3 brought low, and he's gotta recover the bomb. He's looking for the other. He doesn't care about Chelo for the moment. Now he's gotta get it. And it's 18 for Imperial. Another chance to close out the series.
Well. Imperial fighting valiantly there on the A bomb side. We called it the perfect read, the perfect setup there, waiting on the A bomb site, and a 5-on-4 deficit as well. And it's boltz that delivers that all-important opening frag.
And you know, they're going A with almost a minute left. I mean, I understand you kill Fallen, you kill the op on B, you want to go A, but you either have to go faster. They did it sort of semi-fast, which it gave enough time for Imperial to rotate to A, and that's why it's always good to leave a player water or monster like they did with Floppy in that 1 round, you know? Like he can get information, maybe try to find a fight.
Well, here we go. They got an opening kill here previous round. hallzerk wants to give it a shot with the AWP, but Fallen comes from the other angle, and hallzerk doesn't even know what hit him. That's a big piece gone with tournament life on the line.
Yeah, absolutely. An instrumental frag here. Could be curtains for Complexity here in Malta. 4 frags away from elimination. Fang will be dropped as well, 5-on-3. It looks like we're all said and done here. It would take a miracle to pull this one out of the depths.
The rematch looking like it's going to go the way of the Brazilians again, and the overpass issues continue for Complexity. Floppy, JT, and Grim with everything to do. Molotov is out. That's a good find. Nice boost up to thin the defense. VINI's going to step behind and refresh the monster smoke. Oh, that would be a gift, but boltz comes back at the perfect moment. He pounces with a double, and JT's left alone, and it's coming to an end. He does eventually find VINI, but what can you actually do? 1v3. Op is waiting. Nice shot. That's a head taken off of boltz. 30 seconds on the clock, JT. This would be a miracle to deliver for your team.
It really would.
Imperial ready to stand up on their feet, ready to cheer, and the time is running low. The clock is an issue. It's an opponent, and he's got another. Now 15 seconds left. JT looking for Chelo. Reloading inside the bomb site. There's the move. No! He's done it! The captain steps up one more time, and double OT.
Can you believe it? 4 versus 1. He slows the round right down. You can see the look on their faces. They can't believe the captain, JT, stepping to the plate and delivers shot after shot. It's an absolute catastrophe for Imperial. That was locked in. We thought it was done. There was no chance. And it all started towards the monster tunnel, through the smoke. And one by one, he takes them down. That is an absolute gut punch to Imperial. Full reset. And Complexity remain on the T side. That reaction says it all. They needed a miracle, and he delivers on all fronts.
You go down the list of players in that team, JT's 5th that you'd put to win a round like that.
Unreal. That's so sick. Good for him, man.
But you got to say, you don't get that without misplaying the situation.
Absolutely.
Imperial gave him all the 1v1s
It's one of
in
those
the world.
ones you just think, oh, it's done. My teammates will make up for it. I'll go for the swing. I'll try and just do it. And they've absolutely thrown it. What an absolute nightmare. Congratulations to JT. In the context of the game, could be the player of the group so far. And we'll see how this one finishes off now. We're going to have the full reset back to 18-18. And it's chelo operating towards middle. Another default stance here. No tactical timeouts call. We're right back into the action.
It was double OT last time they played, so I think that was the goal from Imperial, you know, replicate the same result. I think it was 22-20 for them last time around. But
well,
yeah, that's a terrible round to lose.
That can be a soul-crushing round.
And I wonder why didn't they take the timeout after it? You know, just like sort of relax. Who cares? We're playing better than them in gun rounds. Don't worry about it, guys. Let's just reset. Keep doing our thing.
I can't believe it.
I almost fell off my chair with that one.
Oh, Floppy, great opening,
He's
great
back.
follow-up. Grim, it's coming there as well. And VINI's out of bullets. JT comes right through the smoke, and now they've got time for the bomb plant. hallzerk's going to bring it up in the rear. chelo and Fallen rotating over. And Complexity's being a little patient about it. Deep nade, bomb being planted. chelo and Fallen will give this a go. But chelo can find nothing, at least on the exit from the bomb site. Flashbangs out, turns the corner. Fang's got that into water, and Fallen goes down last. Complexity take a 1-round lead.
What a difference a round makes. Just, what, a minute ago, we were having the conversation there. The tournament's done for them. They're out. It's a 4-on-1. Now they're actually in the lead in double overtime. That is absolutely nuts. Imperial, they might need a timeout here just to collect themselves, because great entry from Floppy and Grim. B bomb site collapses. VINI did what he could, but it's Fang. He's been absent for a few rounds, but stepping up just when they need him most. And 1-0
Really,
for
like, where's the timeout? I agree with you, Henry, 100%. You know, not even just to cool them off a little bit. You know, you might know what you want to do, and that's fine.
Oh, dear. First to 22, boys.
This is a big oh dear. chelo's going to get aggressive. He's tired of just getting beaten down on the back foot. Floppy's at 48 health as he takes control of short.
I think Imperial last round had another good read. If boltz hits the op shot on Floppy, I mean, they have the perfect counter to what Complexity was trying to do, but that's what's beautiful about CS, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nothing matters if you can't hit the shot.
Fallen giving what protection he can from behind the Molotov. chelo is maintaining his aggression. It's hallzerk he'd likely have to contend with to turn the corner down the stairs. Floppy again. Presence being known, and they don't realize chelo's here. Good kill. That's a mid-round push they never expected, and now Fallen is pushed up to get the angle. Another missed shot from Fallen. He's been so solid through the tournament on these ones, and there's been a couple critical ones on this map.
Yeah, they're still trying to recover from the 1v4. It's starting to unravel, though. Fang in a prime position towards the bank. boltz looks like he's done for, and there it is. 4 versus 2. Bomb goes down. Good response from VINI. So a fighting chance here. JOTA brings it back down to the 2-on-2. Anyone's round here, but they are quite far removed. VINI has to wait for backup here. Fang in the same position. We've got hallzerk towards bathrooms, watching the connector as well, but both CTs together. They have no smoke, no utility at all, in fact. And there's an all-important Molotov for Fang. If he can stay alive and deploy that before he goes down, it could be everything.
Yeah, oh, there's the peek. No chance for the Molotov, but we're deep into the bomb timer at this point. Missed shot from hallzerk. They know his position. He's got to find this. Up over the top, he nails it. The defuse is happening right in the nick of time. 2018. And hallzerk with a stunning clutch. And these are starting to be really painful for Imperial.
Oh, just when they fought their way back into it, a 4-on-2, they bring it right back to a man advantage for Imperial there. A full defuse, half a second away from being converted, but it's hallzerk delivering the goods once again. But my guy Fang here stepping up, going above and beyond. Like he said, the Molotov wasn't a factor for hallzerk. He finds that composure. He keeps it cool, nails the first shot on VINI, knows there's a chance he's defusing, and look how close it was, less than half a second. Huge as Complexity go up 2-0 here. And it's desperate. On the CT side, with 12.5k star money, there will be concessions if you lose the first two. So an MP9 now for chelo, missing helmets across the board. There is the AWP for Fallen, but that has not been too powerful in the last few rounds.
Might have betrayed him in the past few rounds.
Yeah.
Those are some big misses, despite some fantastic rounds that we've seen.
Sure. Well, they need this one. Goes without saying. They need it desperately. Final round here in the first half of double overtime. And will we see a change of setup? Fallen missing the jump up towards middle. Gonna fall back. Missing grenade does significant damage, and then some towards floppy. He's down at 6. Very vulnerable to the spams now, and any utility in general needs to be very careful. Flashbang over the top. If that touches him once, he's going down. And there it is, floppy removed. Great work.
Oh, and the boost up is perfect. Right over the top. Grim at the door, falls. Chelo's going to get one
Chelo.
right back.
What
Yeah,
is that?
You don't need the push, but it's a little...
He wants the AK, Henry. That's what that is.
It's a little too late to take it back. 4-on-3.
Okay, he's given them a window of opportunity. That was a lock-in round for Imperial, but bit of a question mark now with chelo being removed. JT waiting patiently, holding the choke point for any more aggressive maneuvers from the CT side. hallzerk holding towards Monster. It's Fang on the other side. He's in towards the bathrooms. They still have their flashes, a couple of Molotovs and one smoke, and Monster won't be an option, at least for the next 15 seconds.
Fang doesn't have any utility to cause a fake over at the A bomb site. Like, he didn't have any smokes or flashes to make it even feel like A was going to be pressured, so you have no way to pull this third player away from the B bomb site. He's just once again trying to provide a plan B, an escape route for hallzerk with the bomb. But, I mean, hallzerk's just waiting to see if it can happen.
Yeah.
And it can't. Fallen hits this.
There we go. Good call.
That seemed like it wasn't on him. Like, it seemed like it crossed the...
Of all the shots he missed, that one felt like the one that probably should have.
Well, it was a 4-on-1, boys, and fortunately, VINI is there to shut things down. They will get the all-important one round they desperately required there, but the overall scoreline is going to be 2-1 in favor of Complexity.
Well, Fallen can make up for the missed shots with some good calls.
Yes, that's true. He's going to need them here. But this was epic. Really well done. Imperial smokes them. With that incendiary, the follow-up boost as well. Excellent work from boltz. chelo gave one away, but no harm, no foul. It's absolutely fine. They get the round, and we're getting to that second half.
Still no double up for
No,
Complexity.
not fancying it. One round, just a note, for Complexity to force triple overtime. 22 to win it.
Fang down the stairs. Not going to get any pressure towards him just yet. hallzerk takes a shot on the boost and immediately books it to the other side of the map. The response we've seen from Imperial when the AWP is at the B bomb site is that they take long quickly. And once again, swinging out wide with the run boost. Fang's still lying in wait, and there's no one in a position to clear this position that Fang is in. So he can be quite a nuisance in the mid-round.
Imperial, again, isn't putting enough pressure early on. There's still 3 smokes now on Complexity, right? I'm afraid they'll get into another situation where they just get smoked off, but it seems like they're going for a long execute, so...
They're just going for a timing. This is like, let's see how far we can get before anyone sees us. Fallen's looking for the jump spot, and they're about to turn the corner. Grim's got nothing. He better be aware of the possibility. Flashbang is out. Oh, can't get anything done, but hallzerk grabs one in bathrooms.
Oh,
a second.
nice.
Good flick over, but there's more to come. And this is where Fang has been lying in wait, but he's not aggressive enough. He's not going to spot this. hallzerk can't recover in time, and Fang has to have it. He will. Imperial will be trapped inside the bomb site, but Fallen's op is still in play. Molotov is going to delay the plant. So chelo can reset position. And Fallen and Fang are still circling around each other. 20 seconds. chelo just has to plant, but Fang is in a position to stop this. And I think he might be a little late, but he'll at least get the kill after the fact.
Well, Fallen, what have you got left in the tank? Better be some magic, because this one looks nigh on impossible. 3 players to find AWP in hand, and he is surrounded now, taking damage. And unfortunately, the bomb's already been defused, and it will be series point, elimination point for Complexity. Imperial now need 2 in a row on the T side as things start to fall apart.
And what? They needed 2 in a row in regulation complexity to get to overtime. Then
Yep.
they had 1 chance to lose. They had to get 1 straight to force double overtime. So, I mean, Imperial's had their chances. They've had 3 of them. It's time for complexity to have a crack at closing this series out.
Let's see what they make of it. A tactical timeout. This has been called by Imperial, their final one. And it's going to take a lot of work here. Their T side has been impressive at times, but just 1 more from complexity. That will do it.
I guess that was the thought process, like, because there's 1 left, save it
Right.
for the T side, even though, but I still think you use it after that clutch, man. Like, you try to reset your team mentally, but let's see. Maybe that was the one, Henry. That was the one
It could
that's going to
be.
get them into the 3rd overtime of the 3rd map of the elimination game for ESL Pro League Season 17. Back to you in the studio, Trace Down and Sarantas.
Oh,
It all starts here. The 4-man tower. It's a nice quick boost as well. They've got up there in time, but no one home. It's actually a boost on the CTs as well. They're focusing towards short. So down we go.
they hear nothing, so they call it off. They don't hear any kind of fast commitment. We saw Imperial with a cheeky nade stack to get some cheese kills early on to give themselves some help to get around. Good flashbang, missed shot, Fallen's vision, at least this time obscured. And Imperial's gonna move through the short tunnel. They want to attack towards sandbags. VINI's at blue door. Chelo is gonna be in support with utility. He'll be coming through monster late, but boltz and JOTA to lead the way up past sandbags. And 3 defenders to the right side, Floppy, JT, and Grim. They have another smoke to put down, a Molotov on JT. Monster is handled. And here we go. boltz leading the way. Flashbang is out. Floppy a little bit blind. They turn the corner. Grim's got 1, but now the vision obscured. Now it's a problem. Good trades. Fantastic trades. And Imperial gonna at least get the plant.
Yeah, best scenario they could have hoped for there. Coming on the top of the trades and still have leftover utility as well. It's an AWP on the retake as well. Not ideal at all. hallzerk and Fang will have to dig incredibly deep here to stand a chance. Fallen. Oh! I thought he just got a bit of information, but he gets a lot more than that. The wallbang headshot comes through, guarantees the round, and Fang, nothing to do here. Might as well save the AK-47, to be honest with you. Wow, Fallen went a little bit missing there towards the end of regulation, and they will remove him from the equation there. No AK for the follow-up, and 1 more to take us to triple overtime. The Brazilians starting to believe once again.
That's what CS is all about, trying to figure out what their setup is, what are they playing for, and then that was nasty.
I didn't even know that could kill like that. That's actually wild.
And then have something in store for it, right? So they got the read that Complexity was playing close Monster, they were playing for Monster, and they just pounced to break that setup up.
Yeah, and it was
Double
silly
setup,
difficult.
Yanko.
Oh, they
There
got
it
it.
is.
It's come through.
Here it
Let's
is,
see.
baby. If it wins, you're going to be
When
on
the
top of the
chips
world.
are down.
Oh, it's a B rush though. What a bold call. And double overtime. Chelo gonna lead the way. Oh, one's burning. JOTA has no access. They're so blind. And that's an important opening kill. Floppy slows it right down. And now there's an issue for Imperial. They blew everything on the B rush, and now they've got to find a way in. Late flash. Floppy has that as well.
No.
But 2 big trades in return. JT steps up next. Over towards sandbags. It's hallzerk with the AWP, and he can grab the line. There's no more utility on Fallen or boltz. They've got to slow play this. They've got to hope for a mistake. 2 on 3 for this series. Another tag through the wall from Fallen, and boltz has provided the opening, and now JT's so weak. 1 more kill for boltz, and the bomb site will be compromised, and he's done it. Fang now, not known for his AWPing, and things slow down. Now he's got time to think with his AWP, and now he's got time to be worried.
It all comes down to this. Tournament life on the line. 2 versus 1 up against Fang. And he's out of position, out of information. They've slipped the net. Still with 40 seconds as well. They don't have to rush this one. And Fallen's in a prime position to close the round out, but the timing is off.
Clutches have been an issue for Imperial down the stretch. Complexity's been winning out in that regard. Fang looking to add another one to it. Spots the barrel, gets the kill. 1 more left to find. It's boltz behind the bomb site, and he should know it. He should know it. Molotov is out. Utility being spent. That smoke is going to give him an avenue around the pillar. But he's looking for a reaction that's not coming. boltz. He won a 1v2 earlier as well. Fang with the... Oh! the leg shot is there, and it just narrowly misses. boltz brings him into triple overtime.
Can you believe it? Fang plays it perfectly, deploys the utility, finds space, he finds time. The opportunity to find the kill, it connects, but it's right in the thigh of boltz, and he lives to tell the tale. We're going to triple overtime, and that was a huge deficit to recover. JT and Floppy, it looked like they did enough, but boltz, he fights back, delivers once again, and it's a full reset once more.
And remember, Fang had that narrowly missed clutch in regulation as well at that bomb site where he jumps up on the railing. That's 2 now. That's going to be so painful. We run it back again. 25 now, the winning number between these two teams. chelo misses that somehow.
Well, we're all a bit flustered right now.
Yeah,
Mistakes
that's
are going to
fair.
happen. And man advantage and then some, because VINI's been tagged as well. So we're going for a boost from the CT side here. It's going to be grim to go up on top. The same alley-oop play they had before. The incendiary goes down. Try and flush them out. Follow up with the boost, spray them down, but no one home. We'll slow things right down, however. It's VINI with the bomb, heading back towards playground. CT's confirmed control of Monster as well. Looking to find the first round here in triple overtime. JOTA, make good progression up long. Next choke point is key. If bathrooms are clear, they can recover the bomb and maybe consider the full A set piece. Let's have the boltz to go scoop that C4 up. As they confirm they can go for this. They only have a single smoke, but 4 Molotovs, enough to make this one work.
They don't have to commit to this either, which is so nice. What a great opening. Fallen dinks. Yeah, he's so happy with that one, though. Brought it in an equal situation. Oh, he's even got a little bit more on hallzerk. Molotov from long is going to make hallzerk a little bit nervous. Now he's got to be cautious, but Imperial's playing this perfectly. What a great call. The full rotations. Floppy and JT, I think, just now realized their mistake. They're hustling back, but out of position. Or are they?
No!
Floppy steps up big, and you can't stop it. JT's there as well. And it's 22-21.
Yeah, absolutely dead on there, Jason. They took the bait towards a hook, line, and sinker. Floppy scrambling back to control the situation, gets a huge triple spray down from heaven. A godlike play delivers, and it all started here. Fang, opening kill. You'd think it'd be a comfortable round, but anything but towards the end. Floppy had to go absolutely huge here. Delivers on all fronts. JT to close things out, and they'll take the advantage once again. 1-0 in triple overtime.
He's got to be so happy the first player had low health from earlier.
Yeah,
That allows him to double up.
It was a good call from Imperial, just the spacing wasn't really there, you know, like, I don't think VINI should have gone first. I think a rifle should have gone first, then he can trade with the op. But instead, Floppy just has a couple of 1v1s. Great round from him.
This is great. This is this part of the game where heroics are taking over. Big time clutches, multi-kills, triple kills. hallzerk and Fang in this setup that they've relied on throughout this game.
Well. Complexity with a 3-man push offshore here. Looking to isolate the anchor player in the form of boltz. He should be going down, and maybe he gets one, but nothing found. That's going to have to be the cue as well, the push in towards A. They've lost complete territory on the other half of the map. JOTA realizing it, starting to progress, and it's Fang, a key position here, holding towards connector. Doesn't want to give himself up for free, but hallzerk, he might be going down here. It's bad timing, but JOTA can't connect the shots just yet. Out comes the pistol.
Did he drop
But
it?
will be dropped. Double kill from JOTA.
He dropped his op. He got so freaked out. Oh my lord!
No.
No way!
Wasn't even a no-scope. What the hell was that?
How did he pull that off? He's at least got the bomb plant, because he goes down to the nade. Floppy and JT, they've got 2 smokes to work with on this retake. They need JOTA. They're not going to find it, at least that time. JT's up next, and he falls.
What a recovery.
I think
from Imperial.
sick.
That was
4v5 and complexity with all the info. What did they...
What a weird sequence of events. Well, hallzerk gets cut off from long, and I think in that craziness, he drops his op trying to get into safety. The fallen spin is unreal.
And it was a great little maneuver here.
Yeah, watch
Full
this.
control.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, the orb does go down. I didn't spot that.
Yeah.
That's wild. So, yeah, it's down to JOTA, though. Like we said, they lost that advantage. A 5-on-4. They had to use the information they gathered from that deficit, knowing a few players have pushed off from short and Monster. And JOTA, fortunately, dodges the bullets there of hallzerk, finds the opening, and they convert the round. One more to be played. Who will take the advantage into the second half? Might not be JT. He'll be dropped first. Fallen firing on all cylinders here in overtime. You love to see it as he takes his total up to 31 kills, 30 deaths. And Fang looking to recover the scenario once again. Poised towards long, doesn't want to overstep the mark just yet, but here he comes. Inspecting the playground position. Good damage towards Chelo, but Fallen, my God, he is hitting some absolute bangers right now.
And boltz is in position to just punish whatever reaction comes from this. Actually, they're all coming back. But there's time for them to be patient with it. Fallen, yep, triple kill in the round. Make it a quad kill. Make it 4. Give him an ace in double overtime because, or excuse me, triple overtime because why not? He's already had a big 1v2 clutch. Leading his team into the server. And hallzerk's gonna back away. Missed shot. JOTA just delaying. Doesn't even need to risk his life. Fallen wants it. Giving his teammate a chance for the ace. Fallen, all 5. One more lesson from the professor. And it's 23-22.
A real captain's performance here in the dying stages of the third map of Overpass. Fallen with an ace and some magnificent shots here to boot.
And you know, Henry, before we've had, as soon as you hit overtime, there's a 3-minute break, like in halftime, and then if there's a third overtime, there's another one before that. No breaks here.
No, they don't need it.
The last break was for halftime, so you know the in-game leader is going to have his brain fried soon.
Yeah, it's gonna. His mind is gonna be
double
blown.
up.
Here we go on the CT side. You haven't seen many of this. And it's going to be Chelo and Fallen once again trying to open things up. A rare miss from Fallen this time. That one was on a plate. And they'll peel off. 4 players for the CTs on this side of the map. Molotov starting to fly through and JT's found a gap. VINI without vision for now. Flashbangs deployed. Who will be striking first? Fallen red hot right now. Completely flashed. JT will strike. And this is the opportunity now to find multiple kills. The spray gets out of control as they'll try and make their way through the B bomb site here. Grim desperate to try and find space to control. A 4-on-2, a key frag. That should do it. Chelo remains at the AWP. It was scrappy. Clumsy at sometimes, but they've got the job done here with 4 players surviving.
Yeah, they didn't try and hide that at all, did they? That was like a brute force take of that bomb site. They didn't do anything to disguise what was coming.
I'm not sure that was even a setup from Imperial, because I don't know if people knew who was holding what. Like, players are coming up bridge while you have a barrels guy alive and ABC as well. And an unfortunate miss for Fallen. Like, if he gets that first one, I feel it's a completely different story for the round.
For sure.
And hallzerk, like, he's 19 HP from the start of the round, from the double nade, so that's a massive one for Complexity to win.
Yeah, to get away with. Chelo's gonna save the op. 23-23. 25 wins. Good entrance provided from JT.
So
support by hallzerk and Grim was great as well.
Whoever strikes next will be finding series points once again. Anyone's game at this point. Seems like everyone's delivering on all fronts. Clutches galore. Shots you wouldn't expect, landing left and right. And here we go. Another huge round here, of course. Double AWP setup remains for the CTs. Grim and Co. exploring the options towards Monster. Then he takes quite a lot of damage at the start here. The grenade damage very, very impactful. And they might see a window of opportunity. The flashbang being set up, the nose flash, allowing them to go through these smokes.
They can't. There's so many down. There's 3 smokes in that monster tunnel right now.
But to feel like they can't really go back. That they've committed a lot of resources, a lot of time as well to this B bomb site. You think like they're just going to wait it out and hope that time itself forces Imperial to go back towards A, you know? They're still 4B. They don't care.
Yeah, well, Fallen hasn't seen anything. He was pushed up a little bit earlier. Once again, Fang has gone back to just provide some kind of superficial presence, but it's just a single flashbang. That's not going to sell anything at this stage. So now they split up the attack. Another monster smoke comes in, and Complexity, they have to decide whether they want to go through or respect it. But this will be a finish at the B bomb site, and both teams know it.
Yeah, it has to be. They have no control elsewhere.
Although boltz has just shifted off this late. Oh, can you see any? Oh, the team flash. Team flash actually took his vision away. I think now he spots it, tapping away. A little bit of damage. Oh, you go back. That's a dangerous fight. And moving forward, Chelo's got the op kill. The follow-up as well, a second one. The double up finally having impact. And it's just JT and hallzerk. Finally a rebuttal, but it's too little, too late, it feels. Up in heaven, JT with another. No way, it's not coming back. It's not coming back. How have they done this again? The whole defense crumbles and Fallen's left. 1v2 again with the op. He had the ace. He had a clutch earlier, and JT's gonna give him a chance. USP is out, Fallen. Fallen gets it. 1v1. Up on up, and it's hallzerk waiting. He has to know where Fallen's gonna come from, and he's posted up. Fallen still with just the USP, gonna turn the corner. hallzerk's a little bit nervous. He's gotta worry about both choke points. Good timing, good P250, good clutch, and Complexity have one more chance.
What is Imperial doing? Why do they keep repeating? That was a 5v2. Why do you keep fighting? And it's the worst thing. It's like you're on a 5v2, then two guys die, and then you all hide. So, you know, if you are all fighting in a 5v2, you'll still win the fight. But it's like, what's going on after? You know, this guy's fighting from heaven, and then JOTA just peeks, and VINI's hiding the whole time. It's like, can we get on the same page here, guys? They lost a 1v3, 1v4 to JT that could have won them the game, and now they're facing match point.
JT stepping up again, by the way.
Yeah.
In the 2 versus 5, he gets 4 of the kills. That is absolutely epic from him, and he cracks things open towards the connector once again. Could this be the coup de grace, the knockout punch as they make their way in towards the A bomb site?
And every round had been slow for Complexity towards B. This is a change of pace that Imperial is not ready for. JOTA's got an early flank. boltz can't do anything. Burns at the truck. JOTA's at least going to get one towards long. Fang's not aware of the possibility, but now it goes. Fallen with an up shot onto JT. Oh, this is hectic. Molotov again on the ground, and hallzerk's got to bail out. I don't think Complexity wants anything to do with this, but JOTA one more time going to reposition. And it's such a strong reposition. hallzerk spots it now. The tag is out. Look at Grim, though. This is insane. Grim just lying in wait at the truck. Floppy and hallzerk trying to find JOTA desperately, but they can't. A little bit of utility left, and Complexity is going to come back to A.
Yeah, this was a 5-on-3 in favor of Complexity. Imperial fighting tooth and nail to make this one realistic, fighting for quad overtime here. If Complexity find it, the round is over, and it will be floppy striking once again. Bomb goes down, and Fallen needs something magnificent here.
They know the position of Grim. Oh, you've got hallzerk looking away. What a shot. Headshot. Fallen again, put in position to keep his team alive. Up shot rings out, misses into the side of the truck, and Grim's going to get taken down. It's the USP one more time. Fallen now. Floppy playing at divider. There's time. There's time to mess with him, but Fallen doesn't have a kit. He's got to find one. Moving forward, Floppy, will he expect it? There is time for this. Fallen is playing a mind game. Floppy will never know until just now. Now the game has been given up, and Floppy ends it. 25, and Complexity win the marathon. But give your props to JT. What a performance.
After going down 16-1 in the first map, it's an epic recovery. As mentioned, a captain's performance from JT, a 1v4 to keep the dream alive, take them to overtime, and they've got it over the line, avoiding elimination here at Pro League.
Oh, we took it one more OT. We needed 3.